Good morning and welcome back to Health, Wellness, and Community. I'm Dr. Quentin Moore and you're listening to Motivational Monday, where we give you the mindset tools to navigate your week with clarity and confidence. Here's a question I want you to sit with for a moment and think about. How much of your mental and emotional energy this week will you spend worrying about things you absolutely cannot control? Things such as the news, other people's opinion, the economy, your coworkers' attitude, the traffic on the commute. What if instead you redirected every ounce of your energy toward what you actually can control? Today we're talking about your circle of influence and how understanding it can reduce your stress. It can sharpen your focus and dramatically increase your effectiveness this week. The concept of circle of influence, it comes from one of the most powerful frameworks in personal development. Picture this. You have two circles, one circle inside the other. The outer circle is your circle of concern. This is everything that occupies your thoughts and worries, and such as the economy, global events, what other people think of you, your coworkers' behavior, the weather, politics, things that happened in the past. These are things you care about, but here's the key. You have little to no control over them. The inner circle is your circle of influence. This is where you actually have power. Your actual power lives in this area. Your attitude, your choices, your responses, your habits, your words, your effort, your preparation, your character. These are all things that you can directly control and actively change. Here's the problem, and the problem that most people face. They spend the majority of their mental and emotional energy living in the outer circle. They focus on what they can't control. And as a result, they feel anxious, powerless, and stuck. Meanwhile, their inner circle, it shrinks because they're neglecting it. They're neglecting the very thing they actually have power over. But people who consistently achieve great things, they live in that inner circle. They invest their energy where it counts. And as a result, their influence, it actually grows. Let's get real about what living in your circle of concern actually costs you. When you obsess over things outside your control, you waste mental energy that could be creating solutions. You generate anxiety that clouds your judgment and it weakens your decision making. You develop a victim mentality that says, things happen to me. That's not the mentality you want. On the other hand, that mentality could be a growth mentality that says, I choose how I respond. Think about how much time you've spent last week worried about something that you couldn't control or you couldn't change. Maybe it was a decision someone else made, a situation at work, situation that you had no power over, or something you saw on the news that kept you up at night. Now ask yourself, did worrying about it change anything? Or did it just drain the energy that you needed to handle what's actually in your control? Every minute you spend in the outer circle is a minute stolen from your inner circle, from your goals, your growth, your relationships, and your peace of mind. Here's the extraordinary thing about focusing on your circle of influence. It actually grows. When you consistently work within what you can control, your influence expands. People trust you more. Opportunities, they come your way. Your capabilities increase. What was once outside your control gradually moves inside it. Here's how to make this shift this week. I call it the circle approach. The C stands for catch yourself in the outer circle. Start by simply noticing when your thoughts drift to outside your control. Are you replaying a conversation you can't change, worrying about someone else's choices, stressing about a situation you have no power over? Awareness is the first step. Identify what's actually in your control. In any situation, ask yourself, what part of this can I actually influence? You can't control the storm, so don't even think about that, but you can prepare for it. You can't control someone else's attitude, but you can control how you respond to it. You can't control the outcome, but you can control the effort. R, redirect your energy. Once you identify what's in your control, redirect all your focus and energy there. This isn't about being passive or indifferent to problems. It's about being strategic with your energy so you can make the biggest possible impact. C, choose your response. Some of you may have heard of Viktor Frankl. Viktor Frankl was a Holocaust survivor and a renowned psychiatrist. And he said it best, between stimulus and response, there's a space. In that space is your power to choose your response. In your response lies your growth and your freedom. Your responses are always in your circle of influence. L, let go of the rest, plain and simple. And this is the hardest part for most people, letting go of what you can't control. It doesn't mean you don't care. It means you're wise enough to know where your energy is best spent. Letting go creates space and it creates peace. It creates the clarity you need to operate at your best. E, expand through consistency. Every time you act within your circle of influence instead of worrying about your circle of concern, your inner circle expands. And you build skills, you earn trust, you develop character, and your capacity to influence grows. Consistency in your inner circle is the fastest path to expanding your overall impact. Here's what nobody tells you about living in your circle of influence. It doesn't just change you, it changes everyone around you. When you model focused, intentional, proactive behavior, you inspire others to do the same. Your calm in chaos, it becomes contagious, and your solution-focused mindset becomes a community asset. Your refusal to be victimized by circumstances, it becomes a beacon for people who feel stuck. That's the ultimate power of your circle of influence. It doesn't just benefit you, it ripples outward toward everyone in your orbit. So, this week, I want you to run a personal energy audit. Here's your challenge. For the next 3 days, keep a simple journal, non-complicated journal, a simple journal. Each time you notice yourself stressed or anxious, write down what causes it and ask this one question. I want you to ask this one question. Is this in my circle of influence or my circle of concern? If it's in your circle of concern, let it go. Redirect your energy and redirect it inward. If it's in your circle of influence, take immediate intentional action, and at the end of each day, note how much of your energy you spent in each circle. Your goal is to gradually shift more and more towards your inner circle until it becomes your default operating mode. And here's your Monday mantra. I release what I can't control and I invest fully in what I can. My power lives in my circle of influence. Remember, you will never have control over everything that happens in your life, but you always have control over how you respond, how you prepare, how you grow, and how you show up. That is your circle. That is your power. And that is more than enough to create an extraordinary life. Stop giving your precious energy to things that don't deserve it. Start investing that energy where it matters most, in your choices, your character, your habits, and your responses. If you're finding value in these Motivational Monday sessions and want to ensure that you never miss another episode, please subscribe to the Health, Wellness, and Community podcast where you listen to podcasts. And if you'd like to support the continued creation of content that empowers you to live at your best, consider showing your appreciation through the Buy Me a Coffee app. You can find both links in our show notes below. Thanks for joining me for Motivational Monday. This week, live in your circle of influence and watch how your world expands. I'll see you back here next week with more motivational fuel for your journey. Now, go focus on what you can control and let the rest go. We out.